Hello, welcome back to the channel. Tonight I'll be discussing True Detective Season 1. This is an HBO limited series released in 2014. And I consider this a Southern Gothic, sort of a noir detective series. Each season of this show is different, so our leads in this season unfortunately did not return. It's like American Horror Story in that aspect. And our executive producers here are Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey, who also star and lead. This is written by Nick Pizzolatto. And there are some really good cast members here who I can't name off the bat. One that comes to mind is Michelle Monaghan. She's very good in this, playing the wife of Woody Harrelson's character. And so our plot here is that two detectives in 1995 are assigned a case. This is maybe their third or fourth case, as we can pick up through dialogue. It's a young girl who was discovered in a cornfield by the name of Dora Lang, and she was brutally murdered in a satanic, ritualistic cult fashion. And it, I believe, had been maybe not the first time the town has seen something like this. So we have Rust and Marty rather. Rust played brilliantly by Matthew McConaughey. He's a philosophical pessimist, dark past. He's incredible at his job and very calm and calculating, but he outwardly displays his trauma. Where you have Marty, also great performance by Woody Harrelson here, who's very cocky and very surface level, appearing to be normal, a house, a beautiful wife and children, good career. But as the layers of the onion peel back on this guy, we can see he has a real temper and a superiority complex, and he's just a ticking time bomb. So these two detectives are tasked with this case in 95, and the show takes us from three different timelines. 95, I believe it's 2002 or early 2000s, and then current present day in 2014 when it was released. And as it unfolds, we're told the story from the perspectives of both men who are currently sitting in different interrogation rooms, speaking on camera, giving their accounts of the Dora Lang murder. And the interest here is that the detectives that are working this current case feel there may be a link. And as the two detectives are giving their stories, we see sometimes their sides sort of conflict. And it's fair to note here, and you see it very early on, that these two absolutely do not get along. They hate one another. And this boils down to faith and religion, a difference in the way that the two men think. And it's just very interesting to see their chemistry, their dynamic, because this is not like a run-of-the-mill show where the two end up sort of being buddy-buddy. I mean, the majority of this show is spent with these two not getting along, and the crime almost takes a back seat in certain episodes. So it's very interesting to see how their lives play out and sort of crumble around them as they're, solving this mystery. I cannot give higher praise to this show. I believe this is one of the darkest things I've ever seen. It takes you through the depths of humanity. And this setting, we have this Bayou, Louisiana backdrop with the churches and the cults and the satanic witchcraft at play. Really spooky, just unsettling, foreboding vibe throughout this entire series. And the themes explored are just great. We have religion, faith, masculinity. This is truly a character study. And the journey to the answer at the end is worth it. It's really, really heavy subject material, but I highly recommend. Just be forewarned. There's some great stuff in here. Like in the middle of this series, there's this excellent scene where a heist goes awry, and there's this single shot steady cam that follows them around. This shot lasts for like 10, 12 minutes, it seems. Unbelievable. Just incredible cinematography, score. I haven't looked, but I'm sure this cleared the awards that year. And I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. This is probably my favorite piece of television ever made. And if you've seen it, let me know what you think. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.